Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you have watched the last episode, as now it is time for round 4 of the last to first challenge, as the sound is starting at the back, and it is 4 life, 5 life, and away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix. And I elected to go for the soft to medium as there was going to be rain within the first few laps, as we do not make a move on the first corner, but now we decided to go up the inside of 3 drivers, and now we go around the outside, making sure those conditions stick, although we do get a bit on the gravel and we get a tiny bit of damage, although this should not hamper our performance too much, as we go down the inside of Nicholas Latifi, and almost went down the inside of George Russell, but he would have just turned in on me, and so we just got up the inside of Nicholas Latifi. Now we are up into P19, and everyone else is on the medium tires, thinking they'll go mediums to hards, but yet the rain is going to be coming, so I'm going to be trying to do my best to get up into the points as quickly as possible, as we got the inside of George Russell, and now we are up into P18, and because the air braked early on the first lap, I knew I could get Kevin Magnussen coming in to the third sector, and now we are just trying to get a better exit, and we almost ran into the back of Romain Grosjean, and there we go, we are up into P16. And if you watched the last episode, you would know that I am not a big fan of the rain, as I decided to go up the inside of Pierre Gasly and making the move stick as we almost lose the car, and we are in P15, and we have to push as much as we can, because in the rain I know I'm coming fast, but it can be unreliable because I do not know where the limit is, and sometimes I overstep the mark, as we were about to go down the inside, then we go around the outside of Antonio Giovinazzi, and it's worked out very well for us. Next up is Kimi Raikkonen in P13, and we are doing very well in this race, as now we're coming on to the middle sector, and we go around the outside of the fast right-hander, and it was a done deal before we even got to the left-hander. And now we are up into P13, which is very good, and now coming on to lap 3, we are going to be going up the inside or outside, which way are we going to be going, and we are going to be going around the outside of Esteban Ocon for P12 in this race, and we get the move done. But as you can see, there are splatters of rain approaching, and so I could not have done any better with the strategy, as now I have the soft tires to use, and we almost ran into the back of Sergio Perez for P11, and now we are going to be using DRS to be able to get past him and to move on in this race, and hopefully we can do better once the rain hits. Now we're going quite deep, and Perez just gets us right back. Now I'm thinking about going down the inside, and I do brake later than him, but I realized that he had just cut me off, so I did take a corner cutting warning for that. And I'm thinking of boxing this lap, as our teammate is in the pit and I spin. And I think I was just too focused on trying to get to box this lap. I should do that on the straights rather, as it's easier, but Jeff does not want me to box. Jeff does not want me to box, as it would be double stacking, but double stacking is better than waiting out the extra lap. As you can see, I spun at the last second, and it would be likely to happen again. But we do take a little bit of a penalty, as Bottas did pit on the same lap, and so our pit crew does react much slower, and we come out in P17 instead of
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
And now Kimi Raikkonen is going very slowly, so I just take the opportunity and go down the inside up into P16 and right back up on the back of Sergio Perez, we were trying to overtake earlier on. He was obviously held in the pit as he was way ahead of us coming into the pit, as we almost go around the outside of Sergio Perez, and we still have our little bit of damage, but now I'm going to be going around the outside, but he's much quicker on the racing line. But now I'm going to be trying to do the same move as I did earlier, and it has worked yet again. Round the outside of the false right hander in the middle sector, and back onto the back of Esteban Ocon in P15. And now, as you can see, Charles Leclerc has retired, and that promotes us up into
Okay, clear.
And Nicholas Latifi has pitted, so that promotes us up into 11, and more people have pitted. But yet I tried to go up the inside of Esteban Ocon, and he has given me a bit more damage, and I get an illegal overtake for overtaking under yellow flags. And so I let Ocon back, and I make sure that Perez cannot get us back, although he almost does. I make sure that he doesn't, and that we are still within a chance of the points. And as you can see, we are getting quite a bit of understeer from the wing damage. And so now up onto lap 7, we are going to be doing the same move, but making sure there is a lot of space. Although he did turn in on us, we were way ahead of him. He should have seen us and diverted his turn in point a bit later, and we get the move done. Now we are in the points.
Be very careful. Inters seem like the fastest tyre for now.
Jeff is telling us to be very careful, and on the throttle we are just a bit too trigger happy, and we almost spin out, but luckily we can continue, and Ocon and Perez just go right back, and now we are stuck in the exact same position as we were about 4 laps ago. And hopefully we can get some of them back on this long right-hander of the first corner. And now we're right on the back of Sergio Perez yet again, as I try and get a very good exit to make sure I can do the move down into the hairpin, the first hairpin of China obviously. And he goes a bit defensive, but it is no match for our braking, and now we are in P11 yet again. Now let's see if we can make the move stick, as coming onto the first corner we try and go around the outside of Esteban Ocon, and at this point I thought I wasn't going to make the move, but then he started slowing down and we got the inside for the left-hander, and that was a done deal, P10. And now we can try and start chasing after Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo.
There should be more grip, but don't expect a dry track.
And now we have gotten our first penalty. This would not be a last to first challenge episode on my channel without a penalty. And now we are coming onto the back of Lando Norris. It is now lap 12.
Will go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
And Jeff notifies us about our penalty. And now all I want to do is try and grab the inside if we can, but if we can't, it's okay because we're very far back. But yet he brakes very early as he's stuck in a train, and we are up into P9, although we still have the penalty to account for. And now coming on to lap 13, we go up the inside of Daniel Ricciardo up into P8, and now for some reason Lando Norris is in front of us again. I'm not sure what happened there and where Daniel Ricciardo went, but we make a mistake which costs us our front wing, and now we are going to be having to pit. We are going to be having to pit for a new front wing. So yeah, I can't talk today. Anyway, I wasn't sure if anyone else would pit, as the tyres are still in very good condition, and so now I pit for a new front wing. And we were in P10 or P8 or P9, one of those positions, and we come out in P17, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And now coming out, we have fresh intermediate tyres, which should be quite a bit quicker. And as you can see on lap 16, on the beginning of lap 17, we have overtaken Ocon, and we have done a massive undercut. We have done a massive undercut to everyone around us, and now we are chasing after Kvyat and Lando Norris, who have just pitted, and so we have gained a lot of time on them by doing the undercut, or just by being much quicker than them. And as you can see, coming on to the beginning of lap 18, we are right on the back of Daniel Kvyat, and he just started slowing down, so I was able to overtake him on the straights, no need for the corners. And now we are in P7, and Lando Norris is up ahead on a fresher set of intermediate compound tyres than we are, but yet I think we should have the pace over him, as we have now got a dual front wing for the first time in this race. And now we are almost going back to slick tyres once the train has stopped, and I'm going down the inside at the hairpin. And now we are up into P6 on lap 18, 10 laps left. Let's go. And now for Alex Albon, we are going up the inside of him at the hairpin in the second sector, sorry. And now Sainz is 1.2 seconds up ahead, and Vettel is 26 seconds ahead of us, which there is no way we are going to be gaining 22 seconds on this lap, or 26 seconds, sorry. And now on lap 22, we think about going down the inside, but this was not the time, as we weren't as quick as him, we weren't close enough to him. And now we are going to be trying to set up a move, and we go around the outside. Oh no, we don't, not yet. There we go. Now we go around the outside, making sure that there is no contact up into V4, and I think this is probably the best position we are going to be getting in this race, although we still have to make sure that our penalties are accounted for, as we get a second penalty, just as I was talking about it. There we go, 6 seconds of a penalty, although Sainz is 6 seconds, now 8 seconds coming onto the next clip, 8 seconds up the road, down the road, sorry, from us. And now the track is drying and it's ready for soft tyres, but yet, as you can see, we have just lost concentration and lost our front wing as well. And I think I should have gone much less on the power and I spin again, as the rear tires are overheating massively. And now this is all I wanted, but yet the track has dried, and so now what we want is Pierre Gasly, Danny Kvyat comes past us. Now we're in P8, and as you can see, the rear tires are overheating massively. And now coming on to the next clip is us pitting for softs, because there was no way I was getting anywhere near the points with that front wing. And now hopefully with the 2 laps we have remaining, hopefully we can try and do something or other with the soft tires and try and get 1, maybe 2 points in this race. As we come out in P15, 14 seconds up the road is Daniel Ricciardo in the Renault, so that's where he went. Anyway, Giovinazzi comes past us, and we do the exact same move that we did to his teammate about 10 laps ago. And now we're coming up to the back of Romain Grosjean, as we do take another warning, and we get DRS on him, and it's a fairly simple race, as he's on the intermediate tyres that should be overheating quite a lot in this race. And now we have set purple sectors. We are coming onto the back of Daniel Ricciardo and Pierre Gasly. It shows you how much quicker these tyres are, and we get a little bit of damage as we try and go around the outside of Daniel Ricciardo, but there wasn't enough space. And now we have overtaken Pierre Gasly as well, and now we are on the back of Kimi Raikkonen on the last lap, and I knew that he was going to brake so much earlier, so I just decided let's just go for it, and we send it up the inside. And now we have about 4 more corners, and the rest of them are up the road about 3 seconds. But as you can see, just look at the delta, how much faster we are than they are on the soft compound tires. And we are out of DRS, we are out of fuel, we are about so we finished this race. And as you can see, we are only 1 second up, 1 second behind them, behind Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon, as we try and go down the inside, but yet I had to take a corner cutting warning. But if you look at the traction that we get off the corner, we do get P10, but because of the penalties, we get P12. So we did not get any points in that race. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to be part of the journey.